1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Welcome back, everybody. In this video, our focus is going to be exercise number 9 from book 2. It's a habit from solo guitar playing number 1 by Frederick M. I got the series mixed up, the video series. Okay, so in exercise 9, we are learning the remaining 2 open strings, A, which is 5th string open, and E, which is 6th string open. We don't have to worry about our fingers at all. So my suggestion to you would be to place your index on the 3rd, your middle finger on the 2nd, and your ring finger on the 1st, and just kind of plant them there so that your hand is anchored down, forcing you to just move what's necessary and not your whole hand. Okay, so put your fingers down, and we're literally playing between A and E for the majority of the exercise, with a couple of D's on the 4th string. Now, in this particular exercise, we're going to practice playing rest strokes with the thumb. Now, in exercise 8, we only used our thumb 3 times, but in exercise 8, you wanted to play a little bit out so that you're not touching the 3rd string, because you had to play the 3rd string. And so you were playing free strokes. In exercise 9, we're playing rest strokes. So when you play this 5th string, well, not the 5th string necessarily, but when you play the 6th string, in the 2nd count of that first measure, that E, I want you to play a rest stroke so that when you play the E, you stop the A, because we're playing an exercise that's written in one voice. In other words, if you were to sing this, when you sing that 2nd note, E, you're no longer singing the 1st note, which is an A. But on the guitar, we could definitely hear both strings together. So we need to emulate the voice and make sure that when we play the E, we don't hear the A. And we can do that simply by playing that rest stroke with the thumb. Now, on the 3rd count of measure 1, when we play that A again, when we return to it, it's really important that you return to the 6th string with your thumb so that you don't hear the E that you played right before it ringing over the A that you're playing now. Otherwise, you'll get this. They're all ringing together, as opposed to this, where you hear just the note that you're playing. So it's going to require a lot of practice, and it's a great exercise to introduce to you the concept of, just thumb control, I guess I could just say. Thumb control, okay? Knowing when to, being comfortable with stopping the strings with your thumb immediately after you use that thumb to play a note, okay? So in measure 1, I think we got through measure 1. Measure 2, it's the same thing. 5th string, 6th string, I should say the notes. A, E with the rest stroke, and then A, and then return your thumb to the 6th string to prevent that E from ringing. In measure 3, we have A, E with a rest stroke, A, stop the 6th string, and then A one more time. That's measure 3. In measure 4, we have D. Now, when we play this D, we have to return to the A, because the A is going to probably still be ringing. So you play D, rest on the 5th string. You play A, you're going to do 2 things. Okay? Check it out. You just played D, okay? Now you're going to play, where are we? I just lost myself. You know what? Let's start over. On measure 4, we have D. Okay? Actually, yeah, on measure 4, we have D. Excuse me, momentary lapse here. On measure 4, you have D. Okay? You're going to stop the 5th string because you just played the 5th string in the previous measure. And then you're going to play A with a rest stroke to stop D. And then you're going to play E with a rest stroke to stop the A. And again, that's measure 4. So you have D, stop the 5th string, A, stop the 4th string, E, stop the 5th string. Most of those were rest strokes, with the exception of that first one, where you have to play and return to the 5th string on the first count of measure 4. In measure 5, we have 3 E's. 1, 2, 3, 4. In measure 6, we have 3 A's. So once you play that first A, your thumb has to return to the E to stop it, and then return to the A to play the A a second time. 1. So here it is. 1, 2, 3. Okay? And then in measure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, in measure 7, you're going to play D and stop A. So play D and return to A. And then return to D to play it again. Play A with a rest stroke to stop D. Play A again. That's measure 7. And then measure 8, you just have E with a rest stroke because you have to stop the A that you just played. Another E. The final A, you play it and stop the 6th string. At first, it's kind of a lot to wrap your head around, but once you kind of get the idea, it becomes kind of second nature rather quickly. Okay, so that is exercise 9. Again, make sure that your fingers are on your index on the 3rd, middle finger on the 2nd, ring finger on the 1st string as you play this exercise, because again, it's about thumb control. All right, so practice this exercise, and when you're ready, I will see you in exercise number 10. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.